welcome back to my channel. It's Dana. Thanks for joining me today. It's been a minute, so I thought, hey, let's do a cooking video and see what we can create. So my husband texted me and said, can you make me some of those naked burritos that I love? And I was like, naked burritos? I mean, we've been married a while. I don't do naked burritos. And then he sent me back a message that said baked burritos, laugh out loud. So he was talking about enchiladas. So today I'm going to make my own enchiladas. I know sometime last year I did the HelloFresh enchiladas, and these are definitely more my style, my family style. So we're going to get started and making those. The one thing I want to talk about is this idea called mise en place, which just means everything in place. So whenever I am cooking a meal, I like to have everything out and ready to use and available. You know, if I need something measured, I'll try and have that measured, just so that it's less, I guess, overwhelming, and certainly easier to clean up after as well. So for these enchiladas, I've got out my own homemade enchilada sauce. I made this months ago. I actually just had this in the freezer, so it's defrosted. I've got some cheese grated. I've got some refried beans that I'm going to show you how to sneak these in. I've got my tortillas ready to go, and I've got some chicken that I've poached. So one way you can poach the chicken is just on the stove in a pot of chicken broth, or even water if you don't have chicken broth. Or you can use your pressure cooker if you want to do that quickly. But I've already got this poached, so I'm going to shred it up in a moment. But the key to the success of cooking with any type of tortillas, I find, is that you want to pre-char them, actually. So I've got a gas range behind me, and we like to do this when we're having burritos, even tacos, or these enchiladas. So really anytime that you're using like a soft tortilla, I mean, even if you're doing like a turkey wrap or anything like that, or eggs, doing egg and cheddar breakfast wrap, I always like to char these first. So I'm going to take you over to the stove with me and show you how we do that. It's super easy. If you don't have a gas range, then sorry, skip this step. Okay, so charring your tortillas is the secret to any recipe that involves soft tortillas. Super easy if you have a gas range. If you don't, not sure exactly how you would do it, but of course you can skip it. But once you've tried this, you'll never go back, and you'll wonder why it took you so long to figure it out. So thanks to probably Rachel Ray for teaching me this years ago. Anyway, yeah, check it out.
So all you're going to do is get your flame going on your stove, and you are going to throw your tortilla directly on it. I like to use tongs because obviously it gets really hot under there, and then you're just going to kind of keep turning it every so often. You don't want to burn the tortilla, you just want to get the nice little char marks on it. And then at some point you're going to see these actually, you'll get bubbles coming up out of the tortilla bread. See if I can get some of those without burning it. Sorry, it's hard to do while filming. All right, we're gonna flip it over. Check out the color on that. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And color equals flavor. So good. So once this one's done, I'm just gonna do about 7 more. But like, it's super easy, right? So it's worth it. There, see the bubble? All right, I'm gonna put that one to the side and start another one. Da, 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 da.
Okay, so now I've got the tortillas charred, and I'm just going to start ripping up the chicken that I had previously poached. It's nice and cool now, so it's easy to handle. And you're literally just going to shred it with your hands. Super simple. So again, we'll just go over the ways you can poach are just in a pot on the stove with some chicken broth or just water if you don't have chicken broth, or vegetable broth, of course. You could put it in your pressure cooker, which is obviously a lot quicker, and you would need to use the liquid again, so same chicken stock, vegetable stock, or just water. Okay. Let it cool and start shredding. Okay, as you can see, I shredded all the chicken. It's time for a wine break. It's really important when you're cooking to keep yourself rehydrated. All right, so here's all my shredded chicken. That's 4 chicken breasts, boneless, skinless, that I poached. And I'm going to put in my homemade enchilada sauce. I don't remember the recipe off the top of my head. I found it on Pinterest. I tried it. It was really good. I made too much, so I froze about half the batch. So I'm going to pour in a good helping right now and just start mixing and see how saucy it is. Okay, well, I can already tell we're going to need this whole thing. So I'm just going to dump it all in like so. If you don't have time or energy or the bother to make your own enchilada sauce, don't worry about it. I've done this many times with store-bought enchilada sauce, and it's just as good. So please go buy some enchilada sauce and don't worry about it. One sec. Okay, so we're just gonna get this chicken all mixed up, evenly coated, and then the fun part starts. So if you've seen my other video, the HelloFresh enchiladas, totally different, right? Those were more like, almost like a baked fajita. This to me is like more of an authentic enchilada. My parents actually have a home in Palm Springs, which is huge for good Mexican cuisine. And there's this really good restaurant right by their house, and I always order the enchilada de Suiza, and it's with like a green tomatillo sauce. So that for me is like the bomb and what I tried to recreate here. So I'm just gonna set that aside. Now, I've already got a baking dish that's sprayed with olive oil. So we're just gonna get that ready here. I'm gonna take one of my toasted, remember we tried these up, toasted tortillas. Again, if you can't toast them, then don't worry about it. If you haven't had them, you don't know what you're missing out. It's not a big deal. It's not make or break. Don't get stressed over it, okay? So just do what you can, use what you like, make what you like. There's no wrong answer. There's no right or wrong in cooking. I rarely measure anything, so yeah, just do it. Have fun and drink wine. And if you don't like cooking, drink more wine while you cook. It'll be so much better. Okay, so I'm going to use these old El Paso refried beans, and I am going to just add a little bit to each tortilla. So Hubs and I started doing this when we were making tacos, and we were like, again, why did it take us our whole lives to figure this out? So I'm gonna do it again and see if it works in enchiladas. I don't see why it won't, but never done it, so yeah. We like beans, my son doesn't, but he won't even know. Right? Okay, cool. So put on a little bit of bean mixture, all right? Then we're gonna take some of the enchilada, chicken enchilada, and we are going to put in a good helping. Yeah, I think we'd all rather have like a nice meaty enchilada. That way you're not eating just like all tortilla or all bean or whatever. So put in a good amount, okay? So yeah, like so. Then we're just gonna do a little wrapperoonie. And then as always, you're gonna put the seam side down so it doesn't all leak out, okay? So I'm just gonna keep going with those until I run out of chicken mixture. You know, it's a kind of like a sauce. I know I have some sauce here, some mommy sauce. I just love red wine. I just love it. Drinking a Malbec today. Actually, I drink Malbec every day. It's really my favorite wine. So, if you ever see me drinking wine at home, it's Malbec. If you're ever coming over to my house for dinner, bring me Malbec. or dessert, because I hate making dessert. In fact, my husband and daughter are out right now buying dessert because they know I ain't doing it. All right, done. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm going to show you guys the product, the after product when these are all in here, and then show you how we finish this off. Okay? Cut back soon. Okay, so I'm just rolling up actually the 6th one, and it used exactly all of the chicken mix and fit exactly perfectly in the pan. So 6 is absolutely perfect. Couldn't say more about that. So now that those are all done, rolled up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this tomatillo sauce that I bought. Use whatever you can find, but this is a nice green tomatillo sauce. Of course you can make your own, but I feel like this already I've done enough, so I'm not gonna get crazy or anything. And oh, sorry, if you didn't know and you couldn't open your jar, if you bang it on the edge of the counter, just upside down, it'll pop open so easily. Oh, it smells amazing. This is just the local grocery store brand that I have. Perfect, that's all you need. It's really runny, so all you're gonna do is drizzle that all over your little naked burritos, as my husband calls them. Just kidding, they're baked burritos. Then you're gonna take your cheese. So remember the mise en place where I had already gotten everything all ready. So I've got some grated cheddar, some yellow cheddar, and then some extra old white cheddar. So I'm just gonna cover those, add that to the top of the enchiladas. And then we're gonna stick those in the oven at 375 degrees for about, probably like half an hour. I don't really know. I'm not following recipes, so I'll probably just check them like every 10 minutes, see how they're cooking. But everything in here is already cooked. We just wanted to heat up evenly, make sure it's nice and hot inside out, and have all the flavors kind of married. So that's it, guys. This is it. Chicken enchiladas, homemade from scratch, minus the tomatillo sauce that I bought, of course, and the refried beans. Like, I'm not a monster, I'm not gonna make all of that. It is a Thursday night after all. So I'm gonna put that in the oven, and once it's all done, I'll bring you back in and we'll have a look. Okay. Okay guys, just pulled the enchiladas out of the oven. I had shredded up a little bit of iceberg lettuce, chopped up some tomatoes, and then I've just got some jarred salsa and sour cream out. If you were having these with company, what I would do is probably just put the sour cream and salsa in cute little bowls and set everything out and let everybody help themselves. But just for the family, so I've got everything easy peasy, just gonna dirty a couple spoons, no big deal. So I'll just show you how we would serve these up. I'm gonna grab this giant, juicy chicken enchilada. Oh, put that on the plate. Oh, he's a messy one. He's messy, all right. Okay, and then I would do a little sprinkle of lettuce, a dollop of sour cream, some fresh tomatoes, and then on the side, ooh, she's heavy, a little bit of salsa. There we go, beautiful. Fresh cilantro, green onion on that would be bomb, but there it is, homemade chicken enchiladas. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please hit the like, feel free to subscribe. I'm hoping to do a lot more videos coming up here soon, and yeah, have a good day. See ya.